What's up, AfterBuzzers? Welcome to the Anime After Show. We're talking about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Part 5, Episodes 5 through 8. Why does it have to end on such a cliffhanger? Damn nabbit. We get epic battles, lots of bleeding, and maybe some deaths. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
So we were joking one time, like how we're not singing along, but we can sing the melody.
Yeah, it's fine, guys. Keep the melody.
Welcome to AfterBuzz Anime Reviews, talking Fullmetal Alchemist, Part 5, Episodes 5 through 8. We only have 4 more episodes to go.
I know. I'm so
such a
excited.
journey,
I know. We made it. We're almost
Yes.
there. Almost there.
My name is Kari Lane. I'm joined by my awesome co-host.
Hey guys, I'm Alexis Torres.
Hey guys, I'm Jaimi Gray.
Hey guys, I'm Drennan.
So we're going to be talking about these episodes as well as a couple anime expo announcements at the end, so stay tuned for all those. All right, what did we think of these 4 episodes? Real quick.
We find out so much. I was so excited. Like, all the fight scenes were amazing.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I don't want to talk about it too soon, but I was just floored. I loved all 4 of these episodes so much.
Look at all these faces.
I'm just stressed. But yes, I agree.
Yes,
It's so good.
it's so
fights.
good.
I love how the fights are like taking up almost an entire episode. So
Yes.
it's been such it's what we've been waiting for.
Yes.
It built up to now we're at the epic climax. Pretty
Yes.
much. Episode 5, Eternal Leave.
Dramatic titles. Eternal Leave.
Yes. Lan Fan learns the Fuhrer is back. I like her underground sewer tunnel thing. It was like, ooh, people are talking. What? We go
That was
right back to the rooftop with Fu and Greeling fighting Bradley, which was pretty awesome and epic.
Yeah.
Foo.
And we'll come back to that
I know.
too. 'Cause
Yes.
that one,
Yeah.
they do the epic fight and then they're like, pause.
Yep.
For a long time. So
Yeah.
you're like, and we'll come back.
JK, lol.
Which then we comedically go to strong ladies with strong facial
Woo.
twitches.
Yes!
Ladies.
Oh man, it was like twitch. But I also
The
like
eyes.
they were standing with their strong men, sibling or spouse, whatever. But it's like the guys were like, I'm here too.
Yeah.
We get like the update on sacrifice and what the sacrifices are. All the soldiers hear it. I was very disappointed in their initial responses. Who else was disappointed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no words. Yeah.
Yep.
Come on, guys. Come on.
So the brigadier general, because he didn't really get a name, and he's like, "Oh no, it's not a sacrifice. They would live on in us." No thanks, dude.
That's
no.
a lie. No.
Yeah,
We don't
they're
believe
like,
you.
no. All is
That's
You
one,
need more people.
and one is all, and then we are the chosen ones. I'm like, well, this sounds
Okay.
very Nazi-like.
Sure.
Yeah, we're just sacrificing those people. And then I actually wrote in my notes, say, what? When the soldiers were like, yeah, we're not really ready to leave even after learning the truth. Boys, I'm disappointed. Because there was just boys at this time.
Yeah.
There were no ladies in this one.
Maybe they got a bonus, for saying.
Yeah. Get that
Gold
pension.
star.
Yeah.
Right.
Azumi kind of is like, no, you should live and think for yourself. And then they all kind of go, all right.
I guess.
Yeah,
Sure.
okay.
And so they all quit.
Thanks,
You're like,
Azumi.
get out. They think of escaping to go to the staircase. And Azumi offers it to Olivier, like, you're injured, you should recoup. Do we think she should have... Do we think she was going to leave, Olivier?
No.
No.
Not my girl.
Nah.
She's going to keep going.
Yeah.
But I
She's
also
like,
just love
no
that
rest.
the conflicting interests
Yeah.
between them, because I think Olivia even said that that's all she kind of knows. As a soldier,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
just have to fight and protect people that you can't really protect themselves.
Yeah.
And I feel like whereas Azumi's kind of like she needs to protect people that she loves. And I feel like Olivia, I just love the contrast and seeing them interact together. It
Right.
was really cool.
Yeah.
Also, technically, though, with Azumi, she was saying she wants to leave so she can't be used as a sacrifice. Like, she wanted to get out of town so she couldn't be used, which
Because she's smart.
didn't work out so well.
I mean, no, it didn't work
Yeah.
out for her, but we
Right.
also wouldn't have a show.
Exactly.
That was the case.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like Alexis has a K-pop star on her phone.
Stop it!
Which we are
No
not
judgment.
surprised.
No judgment.
Team Ed, so I was like the teams because he was the main. I'm like, that's one. So they were getting close, and Scar can feel it too. So then we get the man who created Bradley, creepy gold tooth Dr.
Yeah.
The
Dude.
glasses.
He creeps me out. Yeah.
Dude, his eyes.
And then the gold tooth.
Yeah.
Did we ever get his name, or is he
I didn't
just
catch a name.
He just referred as
I think
the
he
doctor?
said it once, and then because we talk about him a lot through the series, but it's all like within passing,
Right.
And then they just show his creepy ass face like in a background somewhere. So I don't remember his name because it's only been mentioned like twice, but it's there
Doctor.
somewhere. You can probably look it up.
Dr. G.
Ooh, Dr. Creepy J.
Right.
Yes. We do have a live chat going on if you're watching this live.
Hey,
Feel free to
guys.
chime in. Always love your thoughts on this. And we're only doing these episodes, so please don't spoil the ending. And then comment
don't.
later if you're watching it later, because I know a lot of you are fans of this show. I love Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and we love hearing your thoughts on it. So I was not surprised when they confirmed, they're the Bradley rejects leftovers.
Yeah, but
I was like, that looks like Bradley. The same clothes and same swords
More
and fighting
Bradleys.
style.
Oh my God, more Bradleys.
Yes.
Then we cut to the real Bradley. Then we go dark. We get Foo's sacrifice. I cried. Who cried?
I didn't cry. Okay, remember last after show? And I was like, I feel like he's gonna die, and
You were ready for it.
He was just, I think, a little like overzealous. Like he did this to Lanfan, which I love how you say it. Perfect, thank you. Perfect button. But yeah, I'm like, you don't even know what you're up against. Like, why did you do that?
He did it for Shane.
Right.
No, I mean, I think it was more along the lines of, it was just kind of, it was sad that it had to end up this way, but we all kind of called it because it makes sense for plot.
Right.
But yeah, I was sad just because of the fact that I was just like, I was thinking of Lanfan that entire time. I was like,
And then she had to see it. It kind of gave me like Lion King vibes. Like,
that zoom in?
Yes, the
I was
zoom in.
like, whoa.
So I felt it. It just,
Yeah, there's no
were
tears
coming.
No. You gotta save them from the last 4 episodes. That's all I'm gonna say right now.
Like,
Okay.
his death wasn't in vain. Like,
Yes,
completely.
thank
You
you.
know, it felt like it was, but it
But
turned out it-
Buccaneer came in.
Yeah.
for the
Buccaneer
win.
came
Yeah,
in for
that was
the win.
crazy. I was not ready
With
for
the
that.
alley-oop.
Which poor Buccaneer.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah.
He takes longer to die, but him too, with a
He
smile
took
on
a
his face.
beating.
Yeah, no, he did a lot. He A for effort, sir.
Yes.
Dear God.
And
That
I'm
was
glad
crazy.
that they had that moment of he's like, your attack was not in vain. You helped me be like not seen and sneak attack. So you're
Yeah.
like, aw. We get a mini little moment. Al's on route to Central because I'm like, where's Al been? And break too.
Where'd he go?
It's like, all right, with Ed team, they why doesn't Mustang just torch all the Bradley rejects?
I don't know.
That was so annoying.
Well,
I'm like,
I think wasn't his glove.
It was
not
cut-
yet.
Oh, not yet. Okay. Well,
That's
then
later
that
when
was
he-
again for plot.
Yeah.
because that'd be too easy.
Yeah.
He shows up to the Monster Legion and he's like, and they're dead.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Plus, I mean, if they're mini Bradleys, would they? I feel like they'd have something against, like, they'd be able to stand up against Mustang, even with the flame.
we could at least hurt them.
Yeah.
No, correct.
Yeah.
No, you're correct.
Something.
They're too fast.
But
Right.
it does seem like Hawkeye's the only one doing damage.
Yeah, it was awesome.
She's like shooting and she's the only one hitting anybody. Azumi to Armstrong, when they talk about when alchemists commit the human transmutation taboo, opens the gateway to truth and you pay the toll. So now Armstrong is up to date because it's like, oh, cool. You know, so
that's
you
good.
guys have dealt with this, and now I know.
Yeah.
Ed, I'm like, really? They didn't notice the circle underneath Dr.
Nope.
Dude?
Nope. It was supposed to show that like they're so preoccupied with what's happening in front of them that they can't see the details. If that makes sense, which is funny because I was just like, Ed, you're so much better at this.
I was like, this is plot device. This felt too.
Well,
like,
no,
really?
it's very plot device, but it also just shows that because there's so much going on that Ed's like, I didn't see the creepy doctor just messing around with some chalk on the floor.
Like, nobody saw him. Great.
Yeah.
With the 5 labs, which would be the 5 transmutation circle spots, and the underground tunnel that connects them all.
Yes.
I was waiting
You
for
know?
the theme, the ending music. It's like it was going through, and I was like, all right.
The Armstrongs are like, nope, we're gonna stay and fight the soldiers. And then the eye opens up under Ed, Al, Azumi, and they all disappear.
Were you guys anticipating that?
I was creeped out.
Yeah.
and creepy.
Yes.
Especially because like it was like, you know, if you haven't seen the latest Marvel movie as they were like disintegrating, you're like,
Yeah.
That's what it was giving me. And granted, this was like years ago.
I know. So I was just like, hey Marvel, I see what you did there.
I just don't like eyes anymore. Like after these 4
This show
episodes,
ruins it
I
for
don't
you.
like eyeballs no more.
Yeah. Everybody was
Yeah.
shook. Like, I feel like Mustang was the shookest. Like, the way he was singing it. I'm like, if I were to see that, I would have ran the other way. I was like, all right, deuces.
He's on Full Metal!
No, I know how he doesn't say his name ever. It's
He was
just
like sad
yeah.
he's leaving. He's like, what? My buddy. Well, I know we fight, but where are you going?
Yeah.
Episode 6, we get sacrifices. And I'm like, oh, those who are left behind is who we
Yeah.
jump to next.
Yep.
Greedling.
Greedling.
Green. Do you say it with a D?
Yeah, I say greedling.
And Bradley are still fighting, and Lon Fon rescues and helps him.
Yeah.
Yes, that was so good for the win. So Bradley gets shot and falls, but her bleeding arm. Who was worried? I was like,
I was worried.
It's gonna break and fall off.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
And then, but this is a moment. This is also when I got sad again because then Ling actually learns that Fu's dead.
Yeah, because he didn't realize
That moment,
it.
yeah. You're like,
Yeah, he was like in major denial.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
He
And
seemed
then-
more like, arguably, he seemed more upset than Lon Fon was.
I know.
Yeah.
A
But
little bit.
I think Lon Fon also understood that like this is our job. We knew that we could die at any moment because we're protecting you.
Yeah.
And I think she also had her moment up there. She probably was like, okay, quick cry, and then
Right.
get back
Get
to
it
business.
together.
Yeah.
That's probably why they were waiting so long. Like I was like, somebody's helping them.
No, I need a minute.
I guess that also makes
Give me a
sense.
sec.
That makes sense because also it's his duty to protect his people too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
then
it
he
hits him
feels like a
harder.
failure.
Yeah.
Mhm. I love the switching between Greed and Ling. Like,
yeah.
they're switching is so much fun. And Greed's
tag
like,
teaming.
it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens a lot, especially in these last.
Well, like, these
parts.
two characters work well together. That
Yo.
their switching works.
You guys are not ready.
Ah.
Greedling is just whoa. I can't wait.
Dude, when he rips off his sleeves later, I was like,
Yes.
hey,
I see you.
with perfectly smooth seams, by the way.
I know, so anime. I was just like, yeah, because they just rip apart, like those rip away pants.
Yeah,
like that's what I
right.
think of with their sleeves.
So then when he gets shot in the forehead, I was like, what? I'm like, I don't think you're gonna die, but it was still like,
For a second, I thought he was.
Yeah.
I was like, it's Animaker.
yeah,
Just calm down.
And he tells Buccaneer, and he's like, oh, thank you for your sacrifice. But then Buccaneer's like, all right, do me a favor. Don't let the gate open. For our queen.
yeah.
Calls her the queen. Aw.
Yeah. I was like,
His queen.
And the brig soldiers are almost out of ammo, so you're like, crap. And it's danger. Oh, yeah. Ling and Greed, they don't really... Oh, I kind of noticed that he doesn't really cover his face.
no.
Except for this tunnel scene. We get shot at a bunch of times. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, that makes sense. You should cover up.
you know.
There's a lot. There's a lot of
Might
people.
help.
There's a lot of ammo. There's a lot of things
But
going
I don't
on.
know.
Your two
Maybe does
hands.
he like this body more? They wants to show off the face?
Oh, yeah, yes, he should. Ling is a handsome fella. He should. See all that
bone
hair?
structure?
Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Getting hit by the truck was fun.
Yeah.
That was so
God.
crazy. I was just like, whoa, I forgot about that.
And it's like, nope, that doesn't do anything.
No,
It's like,
course not.
And it's like, why didn't you do this sooner?
Ugh.
They always get their great ideas after a
Right.
bunch of people have died.
Gonna have that
and you're
epic
like,
moment.
oh crap, we should probably
Oh,
do
yeah, I could do
Yeah.
this thing. I forgot.
And that's when Buccaneer officially dies. And you're like,
Oh,
no. We hop over to the Armstrongs, and they have their moment of update. They're like, I love the phone. Because at first, the anime guy in the background is like, not moving, but on the phone, I'm like, oh, he's having a full conversation. Because it felt like, this is bad background acting.
But no, he's just listening. He's just
Yeah,
like,
I'm just looking at him because he's not moving. He's like, still. And you're like, what is going on? But they get the update on Greed, Buccaneer, and the Central Forces. So we're like, yay, everybody's updated. Because convenient, we have phones.
yeah.
Phone radio thing.
Yeah, phone radio things.
Yes. Ed, Azumi, and Al all end up in that same spot. Hohenheim and the father. Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Right?
So
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And upside down makes it even
Yeah.
weirder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why did he have to be upside down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
cringing.
to really show how creepy he is, I have
It looks
no
like he was
idea.
giving birth. And,
Yeah, I was very confused. I was just like, can we
made
just
me more
like,
uncomfortable.
hey,
Yeah.
hey,
But I think that's the point.
you're an outie now. Get back inside.
Right. Pulls him in. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And Al's not waking up. What'd y'all think? What do
I
you
got
think was going
scared
on?
for a second, but I was like, of course they're going to figure out where he is. But that scared me because I was like, what are they going to do with his contraption of a body? His, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Then we get Mustang, Hawkeye, and Scar when they're like kind of lost, and then they get they lost that fight essentially. Because they're stuck. They're all pinned of like we can't do anything. That's when the glove gets cut.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, Mustang, you must perform a human transmutation. Nope. No thanks. I'm not gonna do it.
But then,
And they're like, well, why do it if it's gonna fail? And Mustang keeps refusing, and they slice
my
Hawkeye.
gosh.
That hurt me.
Yeah,
That
I was
hurt
like-
me. I was like, I felt that like in my nerve.
Yeah, because they don't do it fast. They're like, look, we're doing it. And I was just like,
you see
whoa.
this blood splurting
Yeah.
out,
Yes.
like yeah.
And then
that
he just like
happened.
throws her onto the transmutation circle. I was like, yo, this is the worst.
That was deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I just like knowing what happens next. Like I thought she was done for. Like
Yeah.
I was
really
like,
thought
they
she was
could
done
kill her.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would suck, but yeah.
I feel like she
But
did
you could
kinda,
maybe try to bring her back, which we know doesn't work. But you could try.
Yeah.
Oh, what if she came back as that weird ball thing?
That's exactly-
No,
Not Hawkeye.
So then he keeps being taunted by the creepy doctor, and he's like, so if you were in that place, would you be like, nope, I'm not going to do it? The love of your life is right there.
No,
But she was
done it.
also she was signaling him to not do it, right?
Well,
She's
he
also telling him
gave him
not to do it.
eyes.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
like,
she was
yeah.
smizing.
Yeah.
at him,
Yeah.
like
He's like, you were looking at me like you'd kill me if I did it. So.
that was cute actually.
I mean, yeah, they've known each other for so long that they
Yeah.
understand their.
Well, that's
quirks.
his cute line.
Oh,
That was
I
like
know.
we
I can already
each
imagine
other.
all the fan
Hey.
fiction out there of like
Yeah.
people reimagining that scene.
Like,
Lots
it's
of
ridiculous.
lemon.
Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful and it's great. But yeah, it was really rough because we don't get that in the original, like at all. I don't think
The relationship?
No, not the relationship. Like this moment here, where you get to deal with the fact that Roy has to make a choice.
Yeah.
And especially Hawkeye, because she's usually like on her feet. Like she's
Yeah.
usually like, I didn't know. Excuse you.
I made the promise. That's my order, not to die.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of cheesy stuff in the
Right.
last few episodes. But
That's like my heart.
We're all for that cheese.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, so I like the fact that she still like stuck with it and that Roy also stuck to his guns, even though he technically saw what was happening, that there was obviously another plan. I don't know. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did the like, I'm looking to the side. Look to the side.
Right.
Yeah.
Look over there.
Who do we have in chat? Let's give some shout out to people talking
Oh,
in
hey
there.
guys.
There's a
yeah.
lot- there's a lot
oh,
of
we got
people.
a ton. Oh, Douglas says Greed is too proud of his face, huh?
Yeah, as he should be.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
just so handsome, so sexy.
As
Ooh,
he
yeah.
should. What?
Yeah, a lot of people were shocked, including me, says Fly Flip 87. It was close enough to the end, says Daniel Sabelka, that I seriously thought anyone could go, including Hawkeye. Yeah, I thought Hawkeye was done for. She's already on like the transmutation circle. So
Yeah,
thought
I
she
don't
was
know what
done.
would happen to Roy if he lost her too.
Woo!
Yeah. Oh my god.
Because we already got to see the episodes of when he was dealing with envy and how
Yeah.
like the psycho eyes show up, and you're like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm really glad that Reese is there to help
Yeah.
out, even though she also didn't believe that she could get him out of it. But I feel like they could have made it work.
Yeah.
So
Well, Douglas also says Riza has a small part on Fullmetal Alchemist from 2003, at least from what he can remember.
yeah, that's why I said it wasn't as major as this one. I know there was like a tiny one where she was being threatened and Roy had to make some sort of thing, but I think he saved her pretty easily. Yeah. I just can't remember what the situation was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that everything worked. Well, everything worked out to a point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Keep
Well,
the
let
live
me-
chat going, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
On to episode 7, Lost Light.
Woo! This
getting real.
episode.
So she was looking up. He agrees to not do it, and the doctor disappears. I was like, WTF?
Where did he go?
I was like, who grabbed him and like was super speedy across the room? I didn't think literally up. I'm like,
Yeah, I didn't either.
Well, we didn't have to look at him anymore, so I was happy.
Yeah.
Like, good riddance.
yeah. The May and the Chimeras show up. Yay!
Yes.
So they're like, for the win. And now Mustang uses his fire. Why now?
Right, come
you had
on.
all this other time to try. That's right, plot device. So and then May running around trying to grab the Philosopher's Stone.
She's
That was so cute.
She's
She's
like, oh, I'm gonna get it.
I was like, no, just get the stone first. Like, I'm sure you can heal her still, but I was like, okay. Be a girl.
It was like, to her, it was like, oh, it's all the way across the room. But to us, it was like,
I was like, it's right
It's literally like-
there.
it's like right there.
Like,
I was like,
girl,
literally, just
something.
slide your tiny, send the panda. Just go.
Stop, drop, roll, and go over there.
Oh
Get
my God.
Xiao Mei to grab it.
Especially she was running so fast from Envy. I'm like, come on. What happened?
Like, what happened? Yeah.
But
For
she
plot.
pauses and goes to stop the bleeding with her alchemy. So
Yay!
Yay for the win.
They chat. Oh yeah, that's when they chat about their looks at each other. Which he was like, "No, you were gonna kill me."
Oh,
That
it's
was cute.
adorable.
That's so cute.
And then Bradley shows up. I'm like,
God dang it!
Yeah, May just got in that Philosopher's Stone.
he grabs the phosphorus stone, and then we notice though his wounds are not healing.
Yeah.
And we get kind of the flashback of how he survived. That foggy view was interesting. Like the super whited out. Like this is what happened to him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. Jeriso, our frog dude, is injured, and he's like, run!
Yeah.
And I'm like, what else could be here? And it's Pride. Lo and behold,
Father-son duo. Woo!
and Bradley stabs Mustang's hands. That was savage. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, that's how you know things are about to get real bad, real
Yes.
quick.
And that was a bit graphic in a good way of like, yes!
Yeah.
Makes it more serious. You're like, right, we're not playing.
Which I love, and I'm
Yes.
like, dang.
And then Pride kills the doctor. Like, it's fine.
We don't
Yeah, we don't care about him. It's cool. It's all right.
Bye.
So Mustang becomes the 5th, and he's like, well, there's no time, so I force you. And it's like, well, it works because you have knowledge of it. And that also seemed really fudgy of like, really?
Yeah.
Because I feel like if it's really the truth, it would know if you did it on purpose or you're just standing there and you got
Right.
hit by a truck.
Exactly.
Essentially, of like,
Just remember that for later. It's all I'm gonna say. It might come back. Just
okay.
put in it.
I feel that could be a thing because it's one of those like, come on. I feel the truth is smarter than that.
Yeah.
That space seems not dumb.
Who knows?
Are you dumb,
True.
Space?
And then
Are you dumb?
the Dr. Ugly Ball thing was so gross.
Oh, I love how they like anytime that anyone does a human transformation or
Transmutation.
transmutation
Yes.
taboo. I was trying to combine all the words.
Yeah.
The taboo. That anytime it does come back, it has to be like extra gruesome to be
Yeah.
like, yo, you messed up. Look at it. It's gross. That's
Yeah.
you.
What you
You
did?
did this. But I wanted to know what everybody thought his exchange was going to be. Did you guys guess?
I totally actually forgot about it for a minute. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, but then they said it, and then I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wait, are we talking about when he lost his eyesight? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I was
we
gonna
thought-
ask.
what we
Yeah,
thought
like
it
what
would
you
be?
thought, because if clearly there has to be an equivalent exchange
Yes.
when you do the taboo. So
Yeah.
did you have an inkling of like what you thought he was going to lose?
I thought he was going to lose his hands.
That's what
Okay.
I thought too. Yeah, I like for a second though, I didn't think that he was gonna lose anything. So I'm like, well, it's not like he did it. So
No.
yeah, but
Yeah.
oh my
No,
goodness,
if you
leading
want,
up.
if you need to go through that door, you're gonna lose at least something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think, obviously, that's going to, like,
So, like, his
sucks.
power.
Yeah,
Which-
because he can't see.
Yeah.
We don't know the scientific specifics for Izumi, but per the creepy homunculi guy thing, he's like, well, you lost your ability to have children. I'm like, okay, well, if she just had like her ovaries and uterus stuff taken out, I'm like, that's not gonna kill you, but I feel it was done poorly, and that's why she's dying.
No, they
Yeah.
took out like most of her like inner
'Cause she-
organs. That's like uterus,
Well, yeah.
intestines, like
because
liver,
that
all
thing
things.
was
yeah.
like,
They took a lot.
you just lost.
Yeah,
it.
they
just
took,
one
like-
thing.
yeah.
Just take one thing.
No, because I did.
He simplified it.
Yeah,
just
he
like-
simplified it to a point where it was like, well, like in my, it's probably not a great thing that I'm gonna say this next, but like to me, I was like, oh, they were like, oh, we're just gonna take out her like reproductive organs, and I feel like they just were like, ah, crap, we just took all of it out, so
It was probably
Yeah.
tangled.
yeah, they're like, we don't know which one is which. Just take all this crap
just take it
out.
on.
And I was just like,
Because she has that moment with Armstrong, and she's like explains what she
Yeah,
lost, and that was also
yeah.
we kind of I noted that, but we kind of passed that. That was a nice conversation of like, do you understand like,
Yeah.
that kind of sacrifice and
Do
fighting
you know
for
what I
the
go through? Yeah.
yeah, do you understand what I had to go
I've been through a lot of crap.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like that's very lifelike, just saying.
Bradley, they're still fighting, and they're underneath. So Mustang in the truth space, the doors open, the creepy eye, and then Mustang with Ed. That's when I was like, we're not seeing his face. What's effed up about his face?
Yeah.
And I'm like, then that's because it was a weird shot. Like, even if it was live action, people
That
are
angle.
like, we're not seeing something for a reason. It's something
What's
particular.
happening?
But
I didn't
clearly it
go
wasn't
to-
anything crazy because Ed was
I
talking
thought,
to him.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm like, well, his
I was
face is
waiting
still
for
there.
something. Yeah.
His face just
My
melts
mind
off.
was just like,
So yes, he is blind, which is like, oh,
that sucks.
but still, it's not one of those, it's not totally the end of the world. But they said he's so good at what he does because he can see.
Yeah.
So
Kind of need to aim.
I just
Yeah,
felt
with
so
his ears.
bad for him.
Yeah.
he needs to learn like.
How is he gonna fight now?
Yeah.
I know,
but
especially
that's-
in a time like that. Like, great, you lost your eyesight. This is not
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, because like to me it was like, oh, it makes sense because he relies on them so well. Because
Yes.
even with this fight with Envy, he's like, I could do pinpoint
Yeah.
attack. So the fact that he can literally see. So if it's like, oh, you have no eyes, you just kind of have to guess what range you need.
Hope
to
it don't
start.
burn you.
Yeah, just like, oh, sorry.
He's gonna have to pull some Toph from Avatar: Last Airbender.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah.
get it together.
Follow through with Toph, okay?
Yeah. Just call her up. It's okay.
Al's still not back, and that's also in the creatures.
there you
Like,
go.
let's point out what you all lost and why. But Ed's like, F that, I'm not down for that description of this, and I don't feel that's fair.
Yeah.
And Salim is falling apart. It's like, oh.
Crumbling.
I was getting hopeful.
I'm so sick of Salim. And
Yeah.
Salim,
His
you looking
little-
a little crusty, my dude. What's happening?
We need to get him some
some
lotion.
Yeah, I was like,
lotion.
where's that lotion at? Maybe that Vaseline though.
Right. Cocoa butter. Something.
Scar and Bradley are fighting. They mention how they don't really have a name anymore. Scar's like, I've gotten rid of my name. Bradley's like, I don't remember my name. Cool, let's
We're
fight
together.
together.
I was like, no. We're not
We can
together.
just stop
Yeah.
here.
Then down in the basement area, which is also inside its belly.
Ugh, that was
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird. May shows up, senses Al, and then also Al with his poor skinny body, and he's like, I can't
nails.
use you for the fight.
The nails are creepy.
I
I'm
mean, he's you
Yeah.
can't cut them, so they're just growing.
Yeah.
Gross.
Aw.
And plus he's naked, so he can't fight
He's just like
naked.
he's just like,
I almost
I'm here, ready to fight.
Don't get too close. I
my
smell.
immature child
Might
brain
die.
was like, he didn't do his
No.
body a once over.
No, he was just like, oh yeah, we can't do this.
He's like, I can't
I don't
fight
want
that.
it anymore.
It was so sad though.
It was
'cause
super
like,
sad.
At one point he wants to go back to that, but
Yeah.
his body's so frail, so it's kind of like, is he
Can't now.
should he have his body back at this
Yeah.
point?
Right?
So that's what I'm
Yes.
wondering. I'm wondering,
I
okay,
just-
like,
I mean,
is he gonna
hopefully,
get it? Because
if-
at this
yeah.
point, I don't think he is.
yeah. I mean, I would hope that. Oh, hello.
right.
I would hope that in his head he's like, okay, maybe when the evil is done, maybe I can go back and go get it, or maybe evil will never be done,
Yeah,
so maybe I
That
should just
scared
stay
me
in
though.
it.
I was like, please, like, go back to your body. Like, that's the
Yeah.
whole point of this.
That's
please.
what he
Yeah.
wants.
I don't know.
Right?
He just needs to eat some burgers, some
Right.
toast
Yes.
with
Get
help.
avocado.
Yes.
Yeah, all of
Yeah.
it, all the good
Eat.
fat.
Bananas, something.
Oh, and the body says, welcome home.
Yeah.
Isn't that so sweet? Oh,
It's
I
like,
love it.
no, wait. And then they can't, he's like, I can't fight. It says bye. And I was like, this is a moment where this might be his last chance to see his body.
Yeah.
Or I thought he's going to go in the body and as soon as he comes back, he'll die. Because the body is that frail that when they come back into a normal world,
Should've brought snacks.
they'd be like, and false.
Just bring that
Yeah.
Pocky with you.
And then, oh, fine.
They just stuck a whole bunch of stuff
You know,
in there.
you can get them jumbo sizes. Right. Just
Right.
bring it over and just eat it up.
All five are together, and it's like, oh, yes.
No. I was gonna
Oh.
say that he said the same thing that Ed said to him when he was in the gate. Remember when he was talking
Oh, I'll
to
come
Ed's
back
to
for
Al's
you.
body? He was saying the
Wait.
exact same speech. That
That
he
Yes.
was like
was.
a little familiar.
It was a little, yeah. Like I think there was a couple words that he changed out, but like it was pretty much the same, just without the intense pointing gaze that he did. It
Yeah.
was just one of
Yeah.
those like it was
And
happening.
it's like you feel bad for the body because you want the body to like
The
Yeah.
body was so
not be
nice.
frail. And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
sad
I love how
and
he's just
alone.
like,
and
I'll
I'll see you
alone.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I want him to go back to his body, but I also don't.
There's a lot of worries there.
Yeah.
You will definitely get your answer at
Okay.
the end of the series.
Well, I like the body's like, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's like,
so
aw,
sweet.
yeah. So episode 8, Eye of Heaven, Gateway of Earth. Also, then you're like, eyeballs, what?
But,
Yeah.
but again, that's why I like this series, even though it's like, oh god, eyeballs everywhere. Is that the
Yes.
fact that they are the gateway to
Yeah.
your soul? So the fact that if you have
True.
desires and stuff, especially when it comes to alchemy, that like
Yeah.
that's why it's like that. Your
Yes.
true desires are on the other side of people's eyeballs.
The radio station, they have the negotiation. It's Maria's partner. And I
Yeah.
think it's Denny or Danny.
I don't remember
They didn't
his
say
name.
it, but that was funny. He's like, you're back! He's
Yeah.
crying and so happy.
I love how she was like,
They had a quick
"Whoa!"
So, yeah. Oh, that's the belly.
gross.
When May's like, dude, I'm going to take him on. Don't worry. I got this,
Yes.
guys.
I was like,
overreaching.
Yes.
No, overconfident.
You were being an overachiever,
Yes.
please.
But I was
I
here
believe
for
her
it.
for
No,
that,
no, I'm proud of her, but I was
like-
also like,
She's like, handle the smaller homunculus. And I'm like, oh, okay, you're bold.
Because that's
Yeah.
when she was asking him, "Are you immortal?" And he doesn't answer, and she's like, "That gave me that answer right that I
Right.
needed."
Yeah.
and, she
Yeah.
was
And how they're
such
both
a-
tiny. It's like,
such a boss.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then Ed and Al are bosses because they can use their alchemy. It's like,
yes!
yay!
It's like we're back.
And
Yeah.
Pride runs and doesn't fight. And it's like, they notice. And he kind of like, oh, you don't know how to fight someone smaller. And Ed's like, no, I know your stupid moves.
Yes.
Yeah,
Being
because
smaller.
I am the Denny Brush is his name.
Thank you,
Hey,
Denny.
Denny.
I was like,
never
it's a
mind.
Denny,
I thought
Danny.
Me too.
Oh, good
Well, if there's a
question.
Denny out there, hey.
Oh, thank you, chat room, because they're like, what episode is this? I'm like, well, it's episode 8 of part 5, but they don't. They say it, and sometimes I keep up with it. But I'm
Yeah, I
like,
didn't keep
"Nah."
up this time.
So Ishvalins are also running around town doing stuff.
Yeah.
Poor stupid lady, all like, hey! I'm like, girl, calm.
I mean,
down.
know
there's
what's
a bunch
happening.
there's like these dudes that just walk into her,
Yeah.
like barge into her house. They're like, hey, and she's like, what are you doing?
Don't over top of
My
her,
child?"
like,
Right, Agnes.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're funny though.
Please tell us where to go. We're lost.
May kicks father, and then it hurts her. I was like, oh,
Oh, poor
Yeah.
baby.
and Hohenheim's like, don't do it, and then too late.
She screamed though.
Yeah.
And
Yo.
Xiaomei was on her the whole time.
Yeah.
And then she would fly in.
I was like, get it, voice actors.
gotta
That
go.
scream
Yes.
was so
Yes.
good. Oh my god.
Scar and Bradley's kind of like, well, I'm happy to face death and pretty much have this fight because I want to fight and not someone telling me to do it.
Yeah.
It's like, yay.
I know. You crazy.
But lo and behold, who was surprised by Scar got the reconstruction circle from his brother's research on his
Yeah.
other arm.
That's so
Like,
awesome.
yes!
Yeah.
Nice pulling that back in because we were like, oh yeah, that thing. Kind of forgot
That
about
whole
that
that whole
research.
fight scene was just
Yeah.
epic.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
If anyone's gonna take on Bradley at this point, it has to be Scar.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I loved everything.
Me too.
I was
Me
like,
too.
get it, Scar.
Yes.
I have to
Have
show
my
you
popcorn.
this really funny outtake from the Japanese version of that fight because there's bloopers that I want to wait. I know a lot of people are like, you got to show them the bloopers for Brotherhood
Yeah,
because it's
spoilers?
so There's
Okay. We'll wait.
I mean, we're at that point where you can probably watch it, but I know there's a blooper in there that I
Yeah.
cannot have you guys watch it.
Okay.
Because
Please
it's
no.
just so freaking good. But there's a moment in the Japanese, it's like a 2-minute video, maybe less than that, where like they're fighting, but they're just saying, so there's that moment where they're both flying in the air and it's supposed to be like slow-mo and then they crash into each other, but instead they're saying their names or just a bunch of names, so it's just like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, but they're like not moving, they're just in the air just saying each other's names, and at one point he's like, oh, I bit my tongue, and then they stop everything. It was so funny. I have to find it and share it with you. It's hilarious.
Ed's finally doing some damage. And then, they're all pulled in, which I was like, oh no! So yeah, he's like doing some damage on Pride, and then they all get stuck and pulled in. The eclipse is happening, and so he wants to conquer the world, the universe, and he's like, it's the gateway of the planet. This just got a little too weird and big. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Were
Basically.
you guys following along enough with that, or?
It was a lot to take in.
Yeah.
It started to get very cosmic, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Like, this is bigger than the world. You're trying to get, like, the universe, the galaxy,
Yeah.
God,
Right, he
heaven.
basically wants to be God. I was like, you pump your brakes, okay, or whatever you have.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's what I was
Pump
like,
your jelly.
what
Okay,
is
you're gonna
happening?
be God, but then what are you gonna do after that?
Yeah,
Yes.
like who's gonna be there?
Yeah.
It's boring.
Yeah.
So Greed shows up fighting. It's like, yay! And Hohenheim is still kind of fighting, doing his electric stuff. And then, everyone has the eyeballs on their bellies.
I know.
I was like, oh, everyone's gonna hate this part.
I would have just died from shock.
Yeah, like, and fate.
And then everyone everywhere is swallowed by blackness. Also, everyone choking
crazy.
and falling down. And Winry's bit, too.
Yeah.
And Panaka.
Yeah, Panaka, I was like, I'm gonna
like people
slug
were
you.
like, Panaka, open the door. What's happening, Fate? And she's just like, I'm an old lady, but I'm making it through because I have to deliver my lies. I was like, everybody else passed out like it's nothing, but
Yeah.
Panaka's like,
Yep.
I got them lines. I have to
Yeah.
speak. I was like, oh my god, too much.
One more line.
Yeah, just one more. And then
Yeah.
Winry, says her cheesy line, or not cheesy, but you know what I mean. Like she has to say something.
Yeah.
It's like, save us, Edward.
I'm
And I
like,
was like,
he can't
barf.
hear you.
Yeah.
He can't hear you.
What?
You don't know where he is
He
right
can't
now.
even hear
Speak for
his
the people in the
brother.
back,
Right.
please.
So yeah, we get the giant door, giant monster, and that creepy yell.
So gross.
Calls to God, essentially. And I'll be like, quote unquote, because within this world, you're like, so who are you talking about?
Right.
The door in space, and he's like, I will be bound by you no longer. And then there's epic bright light. And I'm like, what? Nabbits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, damn, Nabbits.
I know, that was like an episode to end on
Yes,
for sure. I'm
perfect.
Like, really?
Yeah.
There's 4 more episodes. So I'm just
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll save predictions for the finale. So we'll
Okay.
do some quick anime news. So you may or may not know,
AfterBuzz
but Anime Expo is this weekend.
Woo!
So we will be there. We will be there covering it. I did a poll online. It seems like people are down for uploading footage later and YouTube Live, so we'll be experimenting with that depending on how good or bad the signal is.
Nice.
As well as what do you all want to see, and leave comments, because if we see that in time, maybe we'll try to get that. Exhibit hall booths was a major highlight, as well as voice actors, and I will do my best. And panel summaries was like, okay. And then, cosplayers. People wanted to get interviews with cosplayers, so we will get that for all of you. So make sure to follow the ABTV Anime Twitter. Be doing that as well as ours. So, anime news. Some of you may know a small little title. It's not small. Aniplex is Fate Stay Night has a game that's been very popular called Fate Grand Order. They're doing a VR booth. So you get a VR experience. They're going to be in the Entertainment Hall booth 9A. So dive into virtual reality with Fate Grand Order and save humanity at Anime Expo. Cool. So that will be the 4th through July 8th. So that means they're doing day 0 too, which is awesome.
Dang.
So you can join the Saber class servant Altria, Pendragon, and Shielder class demi servant Mash Creolite. On a new mission with Fate Grand Order VR experience. So check it out in the Entertainment Hall, booth 9A during that time. And trying to see if there's I'm like any other news. Also, because they launched the English language version of it in North America June 25th. So if you guys aren't already playing that, you should check it out. It's a really fun game. A lot of options and a lot of cool characters. So yes, go check that out. We'll probably post more about it. And here we go. In addition to the VR experience, the Fate Grand Order first anniversary celebration event, Aniplex of America will feature merchandise, giveaways, and cosplay at their exhibit hall booth, which is number 2000. And they're also doing this thing where you collect stamps and then they'll give you stuff too. So that is always fun. I did that for Sailor Moon with Viz Media, and that was super fun.
Cool.
So check that out. And then also our news is with Bluefin. I'm like, change my email here. They're doing a lot of cool figures for Anime Expo. We're showing some of the pictures right now. I love when they do such pretty figures. It's oh my goodness.
That's my weakness.
I know. Like that's pretty much like
Weakness
my
for
entire.
It's the over $100 ones that I want.
Yeah, and then I'm like, I can't afford that, but I will breathe very hard on the glass and look at it at cons.
So stop by the Bluefin booth to browse them. I always love seeing their booths. They have so much setup, and they also have really fun displays. They had one where it's like a floating Iron Man one time.
Yeah.
And he's flying and he's like, choo. And
those Marvel
exactly
ones kill me every time.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you look so?
detail.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
It hurts my soul.
So definitely the prices range from anything. There's some
Gundam.
small ones at
know.
$17, $8. So it depends what it is and what size, all the
$8
way
is
up
not
to
that
$80
joke.
I'm gonna be
and
broke
probably
like
more.
a joke.
Yeah, just get ready to be like money gone. All
I'm
right,
gonna show up with like a money gun. Give me all the stuff.
there's plenty to do. Make sure to follow us. We'll be posting what we're covering as well. We're doing a lot of different kind of stuff.
Quite
Trying
a
to
bit.
figure out all of that. All right,
Yeah.
so let's get into predictions now.
I'll be back here
Oh my god.
because I know exactly how it
You're
is.
after
Not because I watched it, just because I know.
You just know.
There.
Yes.
I feel we're gonna have another epic finale.
Yes.
The way this one was kind of epic, it's gonna go down crazy. Someone else is gonna die,
Yes.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
agree.
and some bigger character. I mean, Fu was a good character, and Buccaneer was a great character, but they are kind of periphery characters.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
someone closer is gonna die.
No, I agree.
Especially
with
since
that.
Mustang is now blind, it's like, who's going to be the weak link? I don't know. I don't know if it would be Mustang, though, just because he's such a big character.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
don't
like they're
think
not
he
going to do that. But we don't really know exactly where they are with this since, you know, since the dwarf is reaching for God, I feel like it's just going to go downhill. So
Also based on her essential hint suggestion, I think there is something to the fact that he did not do it willingly. And I don't think the homunculi get that because they're not experts at all this. So I feel that will come back somehow. I actually wanted, when it was happening, I wanted it to be doing it wrong and to bite him in the ass, essentially, of like, you didn't do this right, and then it like collapses.
I think for sure it's going to backfire. Just because it's like you're trying to become God. I feel like since when people try to do alchemy and it backfires against them, it's just going to do the same thing. Yeah, for sure.
Ollie, any thoughts?
Oh my god. I'm thinking, I agree with you guys what you just said. I feel like something bad's going to happen with another kind of larger character. And I think if it's not going to be Mustang, since he's kind of like, he's blind, so he's handicapped. Nothing bad with that. You can still fight.
Yeah.
Be tough. I feel like if a character would have to bite it, I feel like Scar.
I was thinking Scar might be a sacrifice.
Scar would
death,
be someone
like
who,
an epic.
Yeah,
go
he would
out
go down
fighting. Yeah,
with like not his death wouldn't be in vain. He'd be like a huge sacrifice for everyone. Oh my god.
She's like, I'm like, I actually don't want to look at the chat. I'm like, nobody.
Ed and Winry are gonna get together. Yes.
Well, she's all the way like at home, you know.
Well,
but yes,
when the battle's done,
I
She's
feel
done
like
choking and stuff.
when this is all resolved,
Like, are you good? Okay.
they're gonna have like the montage wrap it up of how everybody's doing thing
I just don't know how it's all gonna happen.
Yeah.
I really can't even
in
predict.
4 episodes. She's like,
They're gonna be 4 huge, crazy episodes.
Yeah, they
You
are.
guys have the greatest.
Because we're so
predictions.
close. We're so close.
yeah.
I really want to tell you things.
No, don't say
It's
anything.
so bittersweet.
Okay,
I can't even believe it.
I'll watch tonight.
Thank you so much for joining us in the live
text
chat
me.
and talking about the show. We love the show just as much as you. We're super into it and excited. We haven't decided yet what we'll be covering, but leave comments, suggestions. Let's go more with genres and styles because, you know, like giving us titles is good too, but like personally, I want to vote more some shoujo. We have not quite done that yet. Or genres, horror, comedy, romance, future, whatever. Leave comments down below what you want us to be covering.
There's so many.
All right. There's so much to choose
so much
from.
anime.
Yes.
Just for a hint.
All right. I think that covers it. Oh, real quick though, our word of the day. I saved this to the end because it's a holiday here in the United States. We have 4th of July. So our word is Hanabi, which
Hanabi.
is fireworks.
Yeah, it's my favorite word.
Hanabi scare me.
So,
when I don't expect it.
so that's,
So sad.
if you're gonna write in Romaji, that's Hanabi.
Yeah.
Hanabi. So,
Hanabi.
yay. So I hope you all have a safe and fun holiday. And where can everybody find you all?
Hey guys, I'm Oliver Drennan. Find me on all social media platforms at Ollie Dreamer and check me out on AfterBuzz TV on Thursdays for Cloak and Dagger After Show.
Hey guys, it's Jaimi. You can find me on Twitter at It's Jaimi Gray.
Hey guys, it's Alexis Torres. You guys can find me all over social media at atorres890. No, I don't think there's going to be a starter kit this week. If not, definitely check out Team Alpha Project on Twitter or check out my Twitter. I will let you guys know if we're going to be doing anything this week.
Cool. And my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE. And make sure to follow the ABTV Anime. Alexis and I are covering all kinds of events, interviews, booth coverage, all that. Come say hi. You know, I may or may not have like giveaways on me and be like, if you find us,
snaps.
hey.
Yeah.
Again, thank you so much for watching. See y'all next time. Sayonara.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.